Hello and welcome to How I Play, my level 125 Bard. Today we're going to talk about songs, we're going to talk about the hotbars and all that, and then we're going to talk about gear and AAs, I believe, is what I got planned for today. 172, still not enough. Alright, so if you've been watching these How I Play for the Bard, you'll know that there's already a 125 Bard video out there. You'll know that there might be two 125 Bard videos out there. But this is my current iteration of how I would play a Bard and how I do play the Bard in the group. Earlier this week or last week, there was some DPS logs right here of the fight in the Golden Spire, I believe it was. Yeah, the Golden Spire, I think is the name of the zone. And you can see Bard DPS and how little Bard DPS this character does. We're at an average of 362 with my setup on a boss here. Let's see here, she got 251, and then on the second boss she got 303. Now on this one I believe I activated burns, but the group was low on mana, so I view the Bard as support, a pure support class, and that's how I use the Bard in this group. It supports everybody, but I don't run full what are they called, insults, because I just don't have the mana pool to do it. I am wearing Lorien Song tier 1 plus what is this, Valium threaded, so my gear is not that great on this character at the moment. So I don't have the ability to run lots of insults. If I was running a pure melee group, I would run all insults instead of chants when we go over this song list here. But let's start out with the first one here. Aria of Edhenzabre. This is our current level Aria spell that increases the spell damage by 47% for everybody in the group. It stops at 125. At 126, we will get a new version of this when we ding over, when the new expansion comes out. It also increases the companion's over speed by 25%, and that is probably one of the best reasons to run a Bard, is you're always at 225 haste. It also increases their chance to triple attack by 40%. Now, there's some combinations here that you can really get some serious damage with, like say a two-handed knight plus a berserker plus rogues. You could get some serious damage using just this song and rogue and the Bard. So definitely some interesting combos there. It also increases the chance to flurry, which is a extra attack on top of the triple attack. Let's see here, and that's a 6% extra, plus it adds a 35% chance for the pets to flurry, and the pets flurry a lot. a lot. So it's an overall great spell. It's the #1 song in my melody. We'll go over that. It's extremely long and complex, but it is what it is there. So next up I have the Chorus of Shallowain. This is our current level mana regen. It restores mana, health, and endurance every 18 seconds. It's a nice little spell. We also have War March of Nock, which is the current level's the song haste. Now, originally when you get this spell, originally at like level 2 or whatever, maybe 2 or 3, when you get the first, War March, very early in the game, it's just haste. But now it's not just haste, it's strength, attack, and it also adds a damage shield to it, plus 5% damage. It's not just haste when I say it, but it's very good. Let's see here. We also have 4 chants. I run the chants because they're free. They have 0 cost to me other than casting time. And they are all the same damage, give or take, right? 5100-ish across the board. And they just do damage. Right now, if we just throw, like, say, this one. We got a spell damage here. Takes a second for it to Do a little damage there, maybe. There we go. 282,000 from a twin cast off that. Now, the way I do my melody is every song has a chant in between. And that seems to help to get me the damage I need. Now, I know that I have a bard. I have 2 bards, maybe 3. I've lost track of how many. I've deleted bards. That's how many I have made. With max AA. And this number here is low because we have this group is fresh at, you know, this current level, right? 125. They don't have enough AAs. They don't have everything, right? That means we're missing a lot of stuff. We go here to focus tab, undo that, and you can see here improve chance. We're at 58 of 70, and each one of these is like 5% extra damage. So you can see the amount of damage that we're losing from not having those AAs. But for the most part, that, you know, I do all 4 of these in between all the other songs I sing. Next up, I have Arcane Rhythm, which is our current level. I don't even know what you call this. Arcane Arias is what the focus stacking group is called. This is just a spell line that does a lot of stuff, right? Fuels the destructive power of your group members, allowing them to strike with Arcanium Rhythm effect, which does 24,000 damage when they cast a spell. Or if they do a melee attack, it does 22,000 damage, right? And it's 4 charges. So if we just do that real quick, I already have it right here. So we have 4 charges of that. So if I come over here, let's just turn that off now. I come stand behind this combat dummy and I just turn on attack, right? So it's a chance. It's not 100%. So if we do that, we should get charge here. There's 1 rhythm strike. The number didn't go down, so I don't know. You got me there. There's another one, a lucky critical. It's still not going down. Maybe it's because I'm in Guildhall and it's just broken. You can see it just keeps going. Let's see here. Let me get another one real quick. If we still have the spell, there we go. 410,000 damage for that, just for my crappy bard melee. Now imagine you're casting this on a group with Mage Pet, Shaman Pet, Shadow Knight Pet, a Beast Lord and its pet, a Shadow Knight, and you got some serious damage that's being added to the group just by playing a song. And that's how I view the Bard. I view the Bard as a support class, not as a damage dealing class. I find it very valuable in that because, you know, it's got cellos for super, you know, run speed, right? Like this, that's a support ability, and then double invis. That is the best support ability in the game, in my opinion, right? Like it's very strong, allows you to skip a lot of stuff. So it's a very good spell. And then we have Reciprocal Psalm, which is our current level progression ability. Which actually kind of does a lot. So it restores hit points, mana, and endurance. You can see the numbers there: 6,000, 2,400, and 300. I don't know why the endurance is so low, but it also increases the damage dealt by most melee attacks by 3,300 per hit. Right, so that's a nice little bonus there. This is every minute you can cast this. It has a 24-second duration, right? It also adds 11,000 damage to magic spells that cost more than 10 mana. So it's just another group buff, right? It's another group buff. I have Silence of the Forgotten here, which I think I could probably remove at this point because I do not even bother with this. I've had Silence on my bar. I used to have Mez on my bar very early on in this playthrough, and I stopped using it because the tank has gotten to the point where he can tank multiples and no problem at all, right? And so there's no point in me trying to lower it because, I mean, I'm doing damage to the mob. It saves me time pulling. It's just more efficient to just face tank multiple mobs than it is to do any kind of crowd control at this point in the game. Next up, I have Yaren's Disdain. This is our level 123 insult. This one I chose because it does not cause the target to move. Now, we have to have an insult on the bar because it is the trigger for our synergy here. So this is what I'm saving my AAs for. Every time I do my synergy, so every time I do an insult, everybody in the group gets one charge of a melee attack or spell that's going to do an extra 180,000 damage. You're like, what? That's insane. Yeah, you're right. That is insane. If I was running a pure melee group, I would turn all of these chants into insults. Watch this. So there we go. Insult. So just doing the insult, we get 61,000 damage. Now, if I turn on attack, we should get extra proc here. It's not 100%, but it'll proc eventually. Possibly. See if I can see it. Maybe I missed it. Oh no, yeah, I forgot now. This one doesn't show up normally. Here, let's see if we can get... I forgot. Here, let's turn off attack. It's going to show up directly here in the melee damage. There we go. That 230,000 hit right there. Well, the lucky critical, that it gets added that way. I forgot that was how this one works. And then for spells, actually don't know how it shows up for spells. Let's see here. Spell damage. Let's just do this one right here. Jeez, there's so many things here. I don't even know what is the spell. I don't think it landed. Let me see here. Troubadour synergy. I don't see it. Here, let me do it again. All right, let's do this one here. Yarn's Disdain, and then Shaka Memorial Steel. I think it gets added to that nuke right there. I think that's where it gets added. I mean, I'm doing so much damage with it anyway. It's really hard to tell. Like the criticals there. Like I don't think it comes in as other melee. Yeah, I'm not seeing it there either. Somehow it gets added to the spell. It's pre-crit, so you don't get you don't get bonus crits or anything from it, but it's extra damage. And the next rank is 225,000 damage that gets added to it. And if you're doing insults, you can do like pretty much an insult like every other song, and it's gonna drain your mana to like 0 really quick. These are very expensive spells. You can see here 4,000 mana for that. If I cast it right now, takes me down 2 or 3% mana, but once you start fighting, it's that's really quick. Especially the way I have my melody set up. So definitely that is a different play style, and I don't do it because I just don't have the sustain for it. I think if I was in full raid gear in every single slot with the best augs and stuff I could get, I think I might be able to sustain it because I would have higher mana regen, because bards do not benefit from any mana regen except for items. I think I would have slightly more armor-based mana regen, but I just don't think I could sustain it now. I tried running 3 insults for a little while, and it just, she was out of mana the whole time. I couldn't sustain her with mod rods plus, what is it, the Beast Lord Focus Paragon plus the Feather. It never did anything to her to do much at all. Next up, I have Kanghammer's Song of Suffering. Grants the ability, the companions the ability to deal 56,000 magical damage to those they strike in melee combat. These strikes lower the recipient's hatred. So this is another melee proc. This does not proc for spellcasters. So if you're running a melee heavy group, you're going to want to run this. But since all my spellcasters except for the wizard have pets, it benefits them. So it's definitely worth me putting on my bar and using it, once every cycle. And then we have Rhaegar's Lively Crescendo, which is just another form of mana regeneration. It's kind of like it's so weird. It like, you play the song, 30 seconds later you get back 3,400 hit points, mana, and some endurance there. It's it's almost necessary for the way I play that I need as much mana regen as I can. And with that, I run the Aura of the Shallowain. It's the mana regen version of the Aura. Let me see if I can find it here. Mana, I think it's one of the early ones, right? The other option for the Aura, because there's two options, right? The other one is more... it's literally the same as the Aria, but it's like a persistent effect, so it doesn't drop off like in the same way. But yeah, here it is. Here's the other one. So here's this one. Let me find the other one real quick. The spellbook's so hard to navigate. I wish it was a list view and not an icon view with very little per page. Nothing there. It's this icon, right? Yeah, it's that icon. There's Ori of the Madagar. That's too far back. Ventus, too far back. Nope, that's too far back. Tinsbury, there we go. We're getting closer. There it is. That's the Echo. There it is, right here. Okay. Page 61. All right, so the one I run is the one that gives us back 1300 health, 356 mana, 25 endurance every 6 seconds, as long as everybody's close to me. That really helps out with my my wizard, who runs absolutely dry on mana. Now the alternative is the Aura of the Tinsbury, which will increase all the stuff that we talked about here in the Aria. Now, why would you want to run this plus that? You probably wouldn't want to run both. I ran both for a little while, and I do have a large melody, right? And it does have an opportunity for this to wear off, right? I cast it one there, and then, you know, that's like a minute, maybe 2 minutes, and then it casts it again, and then another 2 minutes, and it casts it again. So it's one of those things, like, well, you know, I might lose that for like a second and lower the damage, but at the same time, this is going to stay up at all times on everybody, but it's going to get overwritten by this every time, right? I don't think there's anything in this one that isn't in this one anymore. There used to be like a slight difference. I think it was the pet flurry thing, but I think that got fixed, right? And these numbers look lower too, right? Let's see here. Attack speed 25%, spell damage 33. So the Aura is less than this. So it's, I just feel like it's better to do the mana regen for me in my style there. But that is all the songs we sing for the most part. My melody is this, so it's 11. So insult, aria, chant, regen, chant, or march. I don't have it memorized. Chant, rhythm, insult, and then it repeats and repeats, and then here at the end we do Song of Suffering and crescendo, and then it goes into 9, which is reciprocal psalm, which is a longer recast. So it feels like it works. There's another melody command. It's like Q melody, I think. Let's see here. I don't know what it is called anymore. Oh man, they just added it. I just don't remember. Let's see. Help Bard. Help normal. I think it's Q melody or something like that, where it will make some kind of intelligence around the melody, but at the same time it was broken when it first came out, so I never used it on this character. I plan on using it on the new one I'm making, because obviously I have an addiction to bards because of how strong they are, and I plan on I plan on making another bard once we finish this series. And I don't see it. I'll have to look it up and see what that new melody is called, because we're going to try using it in the new series. It's just like once you get established with something, you don't want to change what works because you don't want to break something, right? But that's what I use for my melody. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now I have an assist button. All my characters have the same extended target. They're all X target 20 is the tank. X target 19 is what the tank is targeting. Hobbs is over there. He's targeting this combat dummy. Obviously, it's highlighted right there. So for me to assist, I push 4. All my characters are multi-bound to the same keys, 4 and 5. Hotbar 6, I think. Yeah. So every single button on her keyboard on her hotbars is bound to 5. If I hit 5, anything on here that's marked 5 is gonna have a chance to activate. Since they're not songs, right? They're all just abilities. They will activate in random order. We'll see that here in just a second. But I do X target 19, attack on, pet attack, because she does have pets. Merc assist, because I did try out Mercs in a video and I needed a place to put it. Because I don't like the Mercs auto assisting, because it gets annoying, because I'm over here and they run out there to help, and it's just annoying. Pet swarm for the swarm pets. So that is how that works. And then we do bladed song, which is causes every time the NPC hits, it takes an extra 7,000 damage. Cacophony, 28,000 nuke, 40,000 over time, every tick for a minute. Insane damage. Song of Stone, this is our gargoyles, this is our swarm pet. Fierce Eye, this is a group buff. It's every 3 minutes. Increases base melee damage, critical damage. I believe it also does spell damage and chance to increase your chance to proc. It's insane. Quick time. This is another really strong little buff. It's a 10-minute reuse. I use it on cooldown, but it gives you a chance to pretty much swing faster and cast spells faster. That's the gist of it, right? It will reduce the casting time on spells by 0.5 seconds. Now, that can make some spells instant that were not instant before, so it's pretty nice. Funeral Dirge. This is a... let's see, increases the damage your target takes from melee attacks for 22 seconds. After that, it deals 55,000 damage. Lyrical Prankster. This summons a bunch of little swarm pets to distract the enemy. Boastful Bellow. This is a direct damage discipline. It does alternate ability. Does 32,000 damage, chance to stun, and it does lowers the resist modifiers for cold fire and magic for 18 seconds. And then we have reflexive rebuttal, which should be changed to rebuke. I guess I didn't update that. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't do a lot of damage, I'll tell you that. It's a 9-minute reuse, and it's it's a one-handed slash attack for 1400, and it restores some mana to the group. It's very nice, but you know, it's just not enough mana. And then we have Ariat Bane, which is the Outer Brood. Special ability that everybody gets once you kill, once you do one mercenary or kill the hunters, I believe. It unlocks and you're able to remove the curse they put on you, and it gives you a damage buff. It's pretty nice. In all honesty, it's pretty nice. And that, I just have it in my multi-blind, so she clears it on cooldown. All right, so that is all the multi-blind. Let me show how this works. If I hit 5, that's all I'm gonna hit. Right, every single one of these abilities activated. Right, I'm hitting 5 over and over again. That's what I'm doing. I have tracking in there because I like to see what's on the thing. Like when I'm looking at, like the IS box or multiplexes all the screens on my other screen. Right, they're all in like a matrix. You know, it's like 3 by 2. There's, you know, five characters on the other screen, right? And I can see her window, and I can see right here, right? And if there's a red mob on this list, I know that there's a named up. And so just glancing at her screen, I can see there's a name up, and then I could pay more attention to it. It's really nice when I'm trying to hunt names. But I've been hitting 5 this whole time, and it just reactivates all these abilities. Bards don't have a lot of stuff. I have kick on auto skill. Auto skill right there. Usable names is only kick. I have kick on there, but in all honesty, I like to sit on a mount with the bard because she runs out of mana and endurance pretty fast, and she cannot sit and sing songs. It's a whole thing. And like the whole group loses stuff, but if I stand on a mount, I'm good, right? Like I can still sing my songs and everything. Now if I kick off my melody with shift numpad 4 right here, right? She goes disdain, you know, and she goes into all these curses, and they just start loading up, right? Go back into melee damage here so we can start activating some of these things as we do it, right? And it works pretty well, right? Like you can see there, I got most of the time the chants are all on. As we get more AAs, we should be able to maintain them all, because I do cast the chant every other spell, and it's not a lot of damage yet. But once we get all of our abilities right, I mean, we're doing 600,000 a tick on most of these. Some of these are down at 144,000, but it's a lot of damage. 600k, just like there's 3-4 of them in a row. 500k. I mean, this is not terrible damage, right? It's not as, you know, much as a mage, but it's output, right? And I plan on doing an update video on this whole group once Extra Life is out, and I can max all their AAs in a timely manner. But I substantially see her damage going up a lot, and to kind of match the bard that's in the Beholder's Crusade group. I think that's kind of where she'll be, and that's about 500 to 600k on a good day. So I'm missing a lot of damage, but that bard is max AA with whatever the memory forged weapons are. And I didn't transfer any stuff because I did cancel this account. This part's gone in March. So let's see here. Let's stop our song. All right, so that's all that. Nothing else here. The burn is pretty much Spire, Vainglorious Shout, which is here. Let's see, Spire just buffs. It's a buff, right? I talk about this like every video. It's one of the biggest buffs. It hasn't been updated in like what, since 105. It's good. It's a nice ability. And then we have Vainglorious Shout. It's a 30,000 nuke stun. Takes endurance, which we're kind of low on. Dance of Blades, which gives us a 100% chance to dual wield and double attack, and increase our chance to triple attack by 100%, allowing us to flurry up to 2 additional attacks for successful triple attack, by 60%, and our accuracy by 15%. Our melee, this just makes us a melee god, right? Like we're almost a monk, right? while this what 36-second discipline's going, we're almost a melee god, but not quite. And then we have Thousand Blades, which gives us more accuracy with our weapons at the same time. And then let's see here, Burn 2, we have the Blooddrinker's Coating, which is our well, I guess I missed it right here. We click our breastplate, which I did not copy the other one down here. Not that it matters, because it uses the item that's on the come on, there we go. Uses the item that's worn and not what's on the hotbar, but that's just for reference, really. Uses the breastplate, which does some good stuff here. Let me show you. So triggers yourself in the group gets a chance to trigger spell and melee damage, become more powerful with each note, right? So just no more damage buff, right? That's what we are. We're support. We buff everybody else's damage. So it's pretty nice there. Let's close that. Blooddrinker's Coating. This is a life tap potion you get from the Reign of Fear, or the Call of Forsaken expansion. from the Gribbles missions. It's a nice little clicky. It's a 2% melee leech from every melee attack. Then we have Flurry of Notes, which another 100% weapon magical effects kind of thing for 18 seconds. So every single one of our procs will proc. I have Stun on me right now, and what's this one? Vampire Draw, so it's a life leech. I actually use this stun weapon because I've been doing the Final Fugue mission with these guys to get some tokens. I don't have enough tokens to get more of these tokens, and so I can buy type 5s and stuff like that. But there's a boss at the end that requires a stun to unlock it, so it's just another. I don't really have stuns in this group except for like the air pet and the wizard. So it really helps out having that extra stun there. And then finally Frenzied Kicks, which just reduces the reuse time of our kick so we can kick more often. Which, I mean, in all honesty, our kicks are not like something to laugh at, right? Let me put like this here. Target him. It's never mind. This is too hard to read. I don't even know whose pet that is. I think it's this guy. Here, stop. You're messing up my video, Shaman. There we go. I kicked for 68,000. A double kick. So it's something. It's something. All right. So that's that. Yeah, I think that's everything there. So AA-wise, let's talk about AAs. I am 100% focused on Troubadour Synergy. I've been putting all my points into that and improved chance, right? Those are what I'm focusing out first. Once I have those, I'm going to focus more on anything that increases damage from what I use, right? These insult lines, I'm going to max those out. We already maxed out a lot of this stuff just from the auto grant. If we look here, we're going to max out Fierce Eye, Quick Time. Those are going to be on the, you know, quick to max out kind of list, right? And then anything else. Bard seems to be like the easiest class for me to max out AA. They only have like, I think 60, maybe 50,000 AAs, whereas like a Shadow Knight has like 80 to 90,000. So it goes pretty quick. You max everything out and then you're done. And then you can buy these glyphs and just burn glyphs when you do stuff. So definitely an option there. And then once I have all the offensive, I'm going to go on the defensive stuff. So that gear wise, you're going to want the best gear you can get, right? Like each of these different items has a different focus item. Now, I don't believe the tiers increase now much. I don't think I have my old gloves on me at the moment. No, I don't. But here, let's look it up real quick. So it's like nascent. There we go, nascent. We want some gloves. Is there not gloves for sale? I don't see gloves. Do you? There's everything but the armor. Here we go. We can look at arms. So here's the nascent arms. Uprising is the group tier 3. So string 26. If we go to our arms here, these are the Gallant, which is the Lorien songs, a whole different expansion. String 26. Now you're like, what? It's the same focus effect. Yeah, because they said fuck bards. And they didn't do that. But if you look at the raid one, right? If you go to the raid version and let's just inspect it, it's 35. So it's a huge difference in all honesty, right? Like if you have the raid versions of the stuff, you get 350% bonus to your songs, whereas a normal pleb group bard only gets 260% to their stuff. So if you're on like FV like I am, sometimes it's worth it to shell out for the extra money on a raid item. Like I think gloves would be very important to get that 350% bonus to your chance. What is disdain here? Brass. Brass is legs, right? No, that's wind. What is brass? That's string. Helmet. So the helmet would be another option if you do a lot of insults. It just depends. And it obviously it doesn't matter. So you can buy the cheaper raid version. You don't have to buy the current raid because it doesn't change, right? It stays brass 26 for freaking ever. And if you buy, like, say the Night of Shadows one, those are pretty cheap right now. You can get the raid, the 35, and it's just going to be just as good as the Outer Brood tier 3. I hope that makes sense. But you know, there's an option there. You're gonna want, you know, the best weapons you can get, right? Whatever ratio you can find that's good. This is a tier 2 Lorien song. This is a tier 1 Lorien song. I haven't upgraded my weapons yet. Mostly because I did say I did cancel this character, so I'm not really invested in upgrading her gear beyond this, in all honesty. The new bard is, you know, going to be Tawani, and she is going to be completely maxed out in whatever I can get my hands on. So we'll see how that goes. But that's gear. That's AAs. That's songs. That's hotbars. I don't think I do tribute on this character. Well, you could do tribute. I don't do tribute because I don't donate the stuff. Like I donated one item, and I just don't really keep it up. I have 6 characters to maintain. It's a lot of work. But I definitely recommend doing the tribute if you can. If you gotta go to the tribute guy. Let me see if I have one down here. No, I don't. I'll go show you that tribute guy. The best way to get to the tribute guy is in your guild hall, right? Because you're gonna have one there. I don't know where to find one in the open world, but here's the tribute window, right? I would go for anything that is nice, right? Like AC, extra dex. I don't know if this mana regen works on a bard or not. You can get some song effects here, but it's obviously not that high. There's a raid, not a raid, but a guild version here also. You can get different effects too, and stuff like that. Now, I run no regard in this guild, so I run you know, I throw donate items in here to increase the raid, the guild version of this. And you can get different things. I saw there was one for bard songs on here. I don't know what they were though. Let's see if I can. Oh, that goes up pretty high. It's only 20% though. Let's see here. Swift arms. Yeah, here we go. String. Yeah, string 8. So those aren't. You're not gonna get anything out of those. That's truly that game changing, but it is. Let's see here. That's about it. That's really bard. It's a support class to me. I treat it that way. That's how I play it. That's pretty much how it is. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know, and thank you very much for watching. Please have a fantastic day.